Okay, let's dive right into something big that just happened.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're talking about the recent BET Awards ceremony, that massive cultural event celebrating Black excellence across music, film, sports.
Absolutely. It's always a major highlight.
So we've got all the info you sent over, articles, notes, the whole lot. And our mission for this deep dive really is to unpack it.
Right. Cut through the noise.
Exactly. Find the biggest highlights, the key winners, those moments everyone was talking about, and just figure out what really stood out from all this information.
Okay. Well, looking through it all, one name just immediately jumps off the page, doesn't it? Dominated the night.
Totally. You couldn't miss it in these sources. The big story has got to be Kendrick Lamar. His presence, his success.
Undeniable impact. He won, what was it, 5 awards out of his 10 nominations?
5 out of 10. That's a pretty significant statement right there.
For sure. And these weren't small awards either.
No way.
Hmm.
The material highlights he took home. Best album for GNX.
Right. And best video for, well, that cultural moment, not like us.
Huge. Plus, he also grabbed best collaboration for Luther, didn't he? With SCA.
Yep, Luther with SCA shows his range working across different sounds.
And individually, best male hip-hop artist. Plus, there was that detail in the sources about Video Director of the Year, too.
Oh yeah, shared with Dave Free, the filmmaker.
That's it.
And what's really interesting, looking at the context your sources provide, is that this isn't like out of the blue.
Right. They mentioned last year's BET Hip Hop Awards.
Exactly. He swept that too. Won 8 out of 11 nominations then. So this isn't just a single night, it feels like.
Right.
Well, a confirmation of his current standing.
Yeah, it really speaks volumes about where his work is resonating right now. And we even found that quote from Kendrick himself in the material.
Oh yeah. What did he say?
He was praising BET, saying something like, they always made sure they're representing the culture right and always put me in the midst of the cycle of what we represent.
That's interesting. It kind of frames his wins within the context of that platform from his perspective.
Definitely gives you his view on it.
Okay, so Kendrick had a massive night, clearly. But BET celebrates so much more, right?
Absolutely. It's a wide spectrum.
Hmm.
So digging into the rest of the winners list from your sources, what else caught your eye in terms of, the breadth of talent recognized?
Well, yeah, the list covers a lot. So music-wise, beyond Kendrick, SCA won again, didn't she? Best female R&B pop artist.
Yep, SCA and Chris Brown for Best Male R&B Pop Artist.
Okay. And best group that went to Future Metro Boomin.
And Leon Thomas picked up Best New Artist.
Right, Leon Thomas. Good to see new talent getting that spotlight.
Always. And the Gospel Award is always significant, too.
Yeah, the Dr. Bobby Jones Best Gospel Inspirational Award, that went to Glorilla, featuring Kirk Franklin and Maverick City Music for Rain Down on Me.
That's quite a collaboration right there.
It really is. Then shifting over to acting.
Okay, yeah. The sources mentioned Cynthia Erivo, the Wicked Star, Best Actress.
It seems like a great year for her. Wasn't she also up for the Bet Her Award for Defying Gravity?
That's right, yeah. Powerful performance. And Best Actor went to Denzel Washington.
The veteran himself. Gladiator 2 star. Can't argue with that.
And Best Movie was Luther. Never too much.
Okay. And they always make a point to highlight young talent, too.
Yeah, Blue Ivy Carter got the Young Stars Award this year.
Nice. And then spilling over into sports.
Angel Reese, basketball star. Sportswoman of the Year.
And Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, for Sportsman of the Year.
Right, from football. And one more, the Bet Her Award. That went to Summer Walker.
Ah, for Heart of a Woman. Yeah, that award often highlights those empowering tracks.
It really does. So looking at this whole list, music, film, sports,
Yeah.
young stars, established icons, it really drives home how the BET Awards act as this, cross-industry celebration each year.
Absolutely. It's a snapshot, really, of achievement across so many different fields within the Black community.
But it's not just about the awards themselves, is it? The sources also pointed to some really powerful moments. On the stage, speeches, mostly.
Oh, for sure. Some moments carried significant weight, like Doechii's acceptance speech.
Right. So the material noted she won Best Female Hip-Hop Artist, and then she used that platform to make a pretty direct political statement.
That's putting it mildly. The report said she, quote, lambasted President Trump, specifically about using military forces against protesters in L.A.
And the sources gave context too, right?
Yeah.
Mentioning it was linked to demonstrations after ICE raids in certain areas.
Yeah, in heavily Latino parts of the city, her words were, let me see, according to the sources. I want y'all to consider what kind of government it appears to be when every time we exercise our democratic rights to protest, the military is deployed against us.
Wow. That's direct.
Yeah.
Using that big stage for that message.
Definitely. And, just to reiterate, we're reporting what the sources said about her speech in the context. It's about understanding the information, not taking a side.
Exactly. Important distinction. Okay, moving on to other big moments. The Ultimate Icon Awards.
Ah, yes, those special honors, acknowledging huge long-term impact.
So the recipients were Mariah Carey, Snoop Dogg, Kirk Franklin, and Jamie Foxx.
And Jamie Foxx accepting his award sounded particularly moving. The articles mentioned Stevie Wonder gave it to him.
Yeah. And he spoke really openly about his recovery, didn't he?
Yeah.
After the stroke last year.
He did. And that quote they highlighted, it really hits you, referencing the In Memoriam segment.
Oh, right. He said, I got to be honest, when I saw the In Memoriam segment, I was like, man, that could have been me.
Yeah, just wow. That kind of vulnerability on that stage, it's powerful stuff.
It really is. Gives you a glimpse behind the persona.
For sure. And Mariah Carey also accepted her Ultimate Icon Award. Busta Rhymes presented hers.
Right. And her speech sounded, well, classic Mariah, based on the reports.
Yeah.
A mix of humor and gratitude.
Yeah, she's quoted saying, "This means so much. If you're going to get one, might as well start with the Ultimate Icon Award."
Ah, gotta love that.
She also apparently called her life and career quite the adventure, but said she'd spare you the long, drawn-out saga tonight, while still shouting out the other icons.
Sounds like she nailed the tone. Acknowledged the weight of it, but kept it light and celebratory.
Seems like it. And of course, you can't talk about the BET Awards without mentioning the performances. They bring the energy.
Definitely. Your sources listed quite a few artists who hit the stage.
Yeah, always a major part of the show. Let's see. Ashanti performed, did a compilation, including Foolish.
A classic.
Yeah.
And Lil' Kim did Left Eye remix with Honey Brixby. Sounds like a tribute.
It does. The material also mentioned Jim Jones, Amiri, Keisha Cole, Maya.
Okay, quite a lineup.
T.I., BTK, and Bow Wow with Jermaine Dupri.
Wow, okay. So really covering different eras and styles of black music there.
Yeah, it seems like they aimed for a real spectrum of sounds, which kind of rounds out the whole picture, doesn't it? Recognition, powerful speeches, vibrant performances, all pulled from the info you shared.
Totally. So wrapping up this deep dive based on the sources. We've got Kendrick Lamar's huge night, these really impactful moments on stage, personal reflection, political statements.
And the honoring of true icons and just this broad celebration of talent across music, film, sports.
It really highlights how these platforms, like the B Awards, aren't just award shows anymore, are they? They function as these significant cultural checkpoints.
Absolutely. Where success is celebrated, yeah, but also where important conversations get amplified.
Which leads to kind of a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to chew on. Think about this. How do these big cultural stages, like the BET Awards, become, well, more than just award stages?
Right. How do they evolve into these spaces?
Where artists feel okay, or maybe even compelled to share really personal things like Jamie Foxx talking about his recovery, or to speak so directly to social and political issues like Doechii did.
What does that duality tell us?
Yeah, what does that tell us about the role these events, and maybe entertainment and celebrity itself, play in the wider cultural conversation today? Something to think about.